All right, how you guys doing today? So this video will pretty much want to show you what I look for when I'm buying an MR2, because I have a lot of guys asking me, hey, what do I look for or watch out for when I'm buying an MR2? So this is what I look for, especially is looking for kind of like major accidents, major dents, any kind of rust down here, especially this area along the sides, back here. So look for like kind of like damages, rust. When I go find an MR2, I may look for the clean body, clean shell. The engines, mechanical, suspension, I don't really care about. Just I'm gonna overhaul it anyways. But yeah, mainly look for kind of like major accidents. Look for crazy dents. That's pretty much it as far as the outside goes. The next thing I look for is kind of like a VIN number. So to open the hood, there's this one right here. That's for the hood. And then for the back, for the engine lid, this is for the engine lid. And then this is for the trunk gas cap. Okay. What I look for is the VIN tags. Usually on the fenders is right here. There's a VIN tag right here. Make sure it matches the VIN number on all of the panels. Here's the other side of the fender, the VIN. And then the hood is usually right here or in this area right here. So it's that's the VIN number for the hood. So this car, the hood's been replaced already. And then we look to the sides, the doors. Of course, this is the VIN tag right here. The VIN, the 735 E153, that's a transmission, that's a turbo transmission. The 735 is the LSD. It means that the car has LSD or not, up from the factory. And then that's the VIN tag right here. Okay. And then the door, the VIN tag on the door is on this side. Right there. Make sure all the VIN number matches up. And then we head to the back. And there's only one VIN tag on the trunk. Right there. Okay. There's no VIN tag on this side whatsoever. And then let's go to this side. There's a VIN tag right here on this door. Okay. And then there's one right here on this door jamb. Okay, so that's how that's the only VIN tag on the panels. And there's one more VIN tag, which is right here. That's the VIN tag for the actual shell itself, frame. All right. Or is kind of like any accidents on the front, so structure of the vehicle itself. So what I usually do next is I turn on the headlight, so that thing would pop up. I'll take out the headlight housing, but what I use is a cell phone, and then I use like a camera and kind of look through here, in here. Look if there's a kind of accidents, this area, the frame support has been accident at all, the bumper, this tie's been hit in a little bit. Look for this area, make sure there's no damage. And then and next thing what I do is I use my cell phone instead of me like dragging up the car. I would put it face down, look at the camera, and just kind of look for any bent suspension, rust, any kind of stuff that would, you know, make you think that the car needs more work than it should. But yeah, I usually get a camera, put it on selfie mode, and just kind of look on area that that you cannot kind of like reach with your eyes, or maybe like the car is too low or whatever. So kind of look through the wheel well, suspension, look for the pads, the brakes. But mainly what I look for is structural damage or any kind of like rust on the vehicle. And then same thing here, look at this along here. Usually this is where the water would get in and would rust out this part right here. So this car is clean, there's no rust on this one. Kind of like use your phone to look at this area, make sure there's no rust mark, any accidents, damage, and to the sides as well. Looking through there, look through this whole area, pretty much whatever you can see that you think that, you know, the car has been hit or any kind of wear of damages. Look at the frame, look at the cross member, look at the arms on the bottom. And another thing you can do is get your cell phone, and there's usually a VIN tag right on the block. And you could put your phone down there and look for if there's a VIN tag. And then this one, there's a VIN tag right here on this transmission, which is right here. So this little plate right here, little plaque, that plaque right here is the VIN tag for the transmission. So that VIN tag should have the VIN for your vehicle, same as your body. And on the backside as well. So that's how you know if the transmission and the engine is original or not. And then just pretty much the engine wise, what I look for is I don't really care. The motors get swapped anyways or overhauled anyways. So don't worry about the engine, but worry about the actual body itself. And then going to the trunk, if the guy let you or the person, the seller let you, look behind the trunk, look in there, look between here, look for any kind of wear. That's where the phone comes in with the flashlight. And then you can just kind of look through here, look on this side, you know, make sure there's no rust on that side. And then on the bottom of the exhaust, like again, get your cell phone, put a selfie mode, and just kind of look all through here. Usually this area has been hit most of the time. That's why you see a little spider mark on the bumper. That's how you know it's been like a little tap on the bumper, which is very fragile. But yeah, just use your cell phone and just kind of look through the bottom, and then look for the same wear that I've been telling you earlier. Same thing with this side. Look for wear on this side, and the fender wall, the wheel wall, and then along here. Okay, this is pretty common when you see pinch wheel. A lot of guys, they don't know how to jack up the car. They'll just put a jack right here and just jack it up. Okay, look through there, the hair, and then a lot of this time, car just get curved right here. So which is pretty normal wear. All right, and another thing to look for is pretty much if any kind of like dents, like because guys, they put the jack underneath, they just jack up the car and just miss it. See any kind of bumps. Just look for pretty much wear on the car. You know, that's a car. This car has speakers on here. So just so that's pretty much it. As far as you know, as far as the structure of the car, and then how nice the body is. But other than that, yeah, that's the thing I look for. So all you have to worry about is how nice the body is, to be honest. If you have a little dings, dents, bumpers on the bumper, on the fender, on the door panel, it doesn't really matter. That's all gonna get fixed anyways. But I mainly look for everything on the bottom. Anything kind of like damage showing me that the car's been hit or not, or if I need more work on the repair on the MR2. So just pretty much look through the whole car along in detail. The whole process should take you about maybe an hour if you're really gonna like go into it. But that's how like we determined the negotiation with the car of like, hey, the car needs more work than it looks like. So that's pretty much it as far as on the outside. If you want to look for a car that's actually running, so that way, you know, you can actually get a running car. So make sure all the window switches work. It rolls up and down. The mirror work. All the AC work. Everything slides back and forth. This tends to break very easily on the inside. It's very poorly made with a ball bearing and some little plastic pieces that breaks all the time. The AC works. So, and then all the lights work when you start the car. So when you put it on ACC, you see all those lights, like check engine light, airbag, battery, oil pressure, brake light, door. So everything works right now. When you start the car, everything should go away except for the door and the brake. So the brake goes down, it should come off. When you close the door, it should close. Okay. And then make sure everything idles good. Go for a test drive. There's no bouncy needle, especially on the 93 and up. The needle, this thing try to jump a lot, and especially with the odometers too. Make sure everything boosts, you know, temperature is working, everything's good. Lights. This is a 95 turbo, so it has an airbag. The airbag's in here. If you want to disable the airbag switch, there's a little port right here that you can open, and that's where the plug for the airbag for the passenger. There you go. You see that? The little. You can open this up. You open that up, and that's where the plug for the passenger airbag is. And then you could disable it, and then this will be disabled, the passenger airbag. Next one will be the shifting. Make sure everything shifts good, going to gear good, smooth knot. And then the key should open and unlock this piece for the glove box. So that's, oh, this must be a belt lead key. It's not working. There's a key right here. They should open and close and lock. Okay. So the master key should open all of them. And then just kind of look for, you know, if all the plastic piece is good. And that's how you determine kind of like a bargaining price, bargaining with the seller, or, you know, if you want to sell your car, you want to price your car right. This right here will be the fog light switches, the security button for the original MR2s. Kind of look for like wear on the door. But the next thing is, if the owner lets you, do a compression test on it, so that way you know it's all nice and even all the way across. Just kind of look for, and this is the original USDM motor. That does have an EGR that goes into the head. The car that doesn't have an EGR usually is a JDM motor or a Gen 3. The Gen 3 will have a different turbo as well. It looks exactly the same as that, but this is 26. The JDM Gen 3 is a 20B. And then you'll know when it's a Gen 3. It's gonna be nice and smooth. It doesn't have this 2.0 twin cam turbo and stuff like that. But other than that, this is the AFM. And the JDM motor and a Gen 3 does not have this. So that's how you know if the car is a USDM or not, because of this EGR. And you need that when you pass smog, especially in California. You gotta have that. And then any emission related stuff into that. And then you can look it through here. That's pretty much where it shows you the vacuum, all the lines that goes into the intake manifold. So when you buy a car, especially in California, and you want it to, you know, make sure it's legit, pass smog, that's what you look for, the EGR. Without that, there's no way you're gonna pass smog. And especially with swap cars as well. So good luck passing smog on those. All right, and that's pretty much it. Start the car, you know, make sure it's warm up, drive it around, make sure it shifts good, smooth good, and that's pretty much it. And just pretty much, if the car's right for you, if you're a type of guy that can fix the car, you know, and you don't mind getting dirty and fixing it up, and you know, that's how I like the cars. I like the cars without motors, without anything. Just give me a nice body, nice shell, somewhat decent interior, because I can always redo the interior. But the main thing for me is, what I look for is a nice rust-free, kind of like no damage. If there's damage or panels replaced, it's not a deal breaker. It's just the fact that, you know, you price your car accordingly to the condition of the MR2. All right, and like this one, the hood is missing the VIN tag, so it's not the original hood. So there's no way I can ask for a premium on this car that's missing a hood without the VIN number. Same thing as far as like everything else on the vehicle. If everything lines up good, cool, you know, that's awesome. But the main thing I look for as far as originality are the VIN tags, and make sure all the VIN tag matches up. So I hope this video helps you guys. Go ahead and give me a like, smash that subscribe button, and if you like the stuff that I'm doing with the CMR2, you can support me. Go to my Instagram. I communicate a lot with a lot of followers through my Instagram, and they pretty much ask me like, hey, can you do a video on how to, like, you know, what to look for in MR2? And I'm like, all right, cool, you know, this is what I look for when I buy my MR2. When you sell your MR2 as well, it's totally different on how I do it. Pretty much, the more information you have for the buyer, the better they feel when they're buying your car. Me, I like to give all the build sheet. You know, I have a list of build sheet of what's on the vehicle, what's been replaced, what I've done to it. So pretty much, I feel comfortable when I'm buying a car from someone that has a build sheet of like what to expect of the vehicle, like what else I need on the vehicle. You know, the more information I know about the car, the better it is for me to like, hey, pretty much everything's been replaced. All I have to worry about is this, this, and this. You know, when you buy a car that has a broken motor, or like, you know, suspension's all whack or body's all dense, that's not a deal breaker. You can always get that fixed. You know what I mean? Suspension, you can always get upgrade suspension. There's a lot of companies out there that has a lot of suspension parts for this vehicle, as well as the engine. You can always swap another engine here, Gen 2, Gen 3, K-swap, 2GR, 1MZ, V6s, whatever you want, you know. So that's what I look for when I buy an MR2, is something that I can keep, or something that I can, you know, restore for the next person that can enjoy the vehicle, and then they appreciate the time that you took to, you know, go through the whole car and just pretty much fix it, you know. So my goal is to have these kind of MR2s back on the road, that's well built, you know, reliable, you have to worry about anything mechanically. But also remember, this car is a 30-year-old car, so don't expect to be a brand new car. And that's pretty much it. So little stuff here and there. Remember, these are 30-year-old wires, sensors sometimes, you know. Don't expect to be like, you know, 100% like a brand new car where you just, you know, drive it every day and all that stuff. But, you know, you do all the preventative maintenance on the vehicle. But other than that, I hope this vehicle will help you guys. If it does, cool, man. Let's bring more of these MR2 back on the road.